Warning, this article contains spoilers from Death in Paradise. Actor Don Warrington has portrayed grumpy Commissioner Selwyn Patterson in Death in Paradise from the very first episode. He has had a front-row seat throughout all 4 detectives' journeys on St. Marie, as well as 3 of their exits. But Warrington was a familiar face long before he showed up on the BBC show Sandy Shores. What else has Death in Paradise star Don Warrington been in? Trinidadian-born British actor Don Warrington has been acting for almost 50 years, first being cast in a few minor roles in shows like 6 Days of Justice and Second City Firsts. It was very early in his career that Warrington became a household name, as in 1974, he got one of the lead roles in the sitcom Rising Damp as Philip. The ITV sitcom was about seedy bedsit landlord Rigsby, Leonard Rossiter, who was a boastful and cowardly racist. One of his tenants was Philip, Don Warrington, who was suave, smart and regularly brought Rigsby down a peg or 2. Janet Street Porter admits to being terrified of loose women co-star. The hit comedy series ran for 4 years on ITV before coming to an end in 1978. Every episode of The Rising Damp featured racial slurs and ignorant comments, usually made by Rigsby. While it had a large fan base at the time, Terry Snow questioned whether the show would be able to air today. But Warrington doesn't believe The Rising Damp should be edited for modern-day audiences. Opening up to the Daily Telegraph, Warrington explained, "No, because the show's intentions were good. Sometimes you have to be generous in that way in order to get a proper view of how things were. And to understand that sometimes people were naive in what they did." He added, "For me, the show was never cynical. And because you had such fine actors involved, the standard of work was just so great." Of course, the 71-year-old actor has taken on a number of other roles since the 1970s. Antiques Roadshow guest disappointed after huge painting valuation, reaction. Death in Paradise fans work out Sophie's true identity, theory. Death in Paradise fans work out Neville Parker twist, reaction. For 3 years, Warrington was Nigel Beaumont in the drama CADSIs. After this, he was Mr. Phillips in Grange Hill, Bailey in The Crouches, Judge Ken Wynyard in New Street Law and Trevor in Casualty. He also starred as the titular character in the children's show The World According to Grandpa for 2 years. Warrington will be back on the small screen this week though for the penultimate episode of Death in Paradise Season 12. Episode 6 saw D.I. Neville Parker, Ralph Little, arrested on suspicion of murder, and it is up to the team to prove his innocence. The synopsis reads, "The team must prove Neville's innocence after Professor Cartwright is murdered." D.I. Karen Flitcroft from the Department of Policing Standards takes over the investigation. The investigation leads Naomi and Selwyn to Justin West at the Preppers Commune. Death in Paradise Season 12 continues every Friday at 9 p.m. on BBC One.
Trying to I'll take